All right. Welcome, everybody. This is exciting. I don't know about you guys. Every time I listen to that webinar countdown music, man, I am like jamming. I'm dancing around. I'm in this office all by myself, so
Yeah,
nobody's here to
you
laugh
don't
at
want to
me.
see Josh dance, guys. You should be thankful that he's off video.
We are so excited to be doing this webinar. I'll be honest with you. This is the first time we've done a webinar like this, so we really want to hear your thoughts and let us know what you think. We're going to have Q&A throughout the entire webinar, so make sure that you're using that Q&A button there at the bottom of your screen. As a matter of fact, so that we know that you can hear us and you can see us and everything, go ahead and chat in your name and where you're from so that we can say hi. In the meantime, I will introduce myself. My name is Joshua Stike, VP of Marketing here at ReminderMedia. Been with the company since day one. Made the first American Lifestyle. So that was about 104 issues ago that we started. This will be our 17th year for ReminderMedia as a business, and being able to see it grow and continue to evolve and getting a chance to work with all of you that are on this webinar right now. Thank you first and foremost for putting your trust in us here at ReminderMedia, for putting your trust in Luke and I to try maybe something different with your marketing. So I know you would have taken advantage of our Memorial Day sale over the weekend, which is awesome. So thank you very much for jumping on this webinar. We're going to be going over a lot of information in terms of how to get your magazine started, but it's all going to be super simple. So make sure that you're chatting in. We'll answer questions as we go. Judy from Dallas, welcome. Andrea, Jeff from Annapolis, welcome. Dan from PA, Andrea from Philly. We got two PA folks on the line here today, so that's awesome. Thank you again, everyone, for jumping on. While we're waiting for other people to get on, we're going to go through some of the free resources that we provide here at ReminderMedia. So we do a lot of coaching. We don't want to just provide you with a product. We want to provide you with the tools and the tactics and the tips. So Luke, I don't know if you have the slides to pull up there. It's still on the video screen.
Yeah.
But one of the way that you can actually access your free resources is going to be in your account manager, which we will walk through today. But you can also go to remindermedia.com/resource-library. A lot of great tools there, such as ebooks, success guides. We have some training videos. We have all of our past webinars that we've done. So we do a lot of webinars, and we try and put one out almost every month for our clients, talking on every kind of marketing topic, sales and marketing topic. One of our most popular resources that we provide are our printables. And these are really fun because these are things that you can actually do right now. You can download these files, print them out at home, and they're neat little takeaways or gifts or items of value that you can give to your clients. Great opportunity for pop buys once we're all able to start socially undistancing or socially nearing. How would you describe the opposite
Socially
of
nearing.
socially nearing? Approaching. Really cool time to make use of this time, right? A valuable way that you can actually print out. We have some like these Reese's Pieces, our Reese's Peanut Butter Cup print cards that say like, have I told you recently how much I appreciate your referral? So you attach a little Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, print those out, put your business card on it. We also have some digital resources right now because we're sharing a lot more online. So there's some Instagram images that you can share during this time. And then on a biased end, my most favorite piece of content would be our podcast. It is Stay Paid Podcast. We have episodes coming out every Monday and Thursday now, and we are interviewing some of the biggest names in the industry and in sales and marketing. You can see there, we had Tom Ferry on the podcast recently. We also have a huge contest going on right now. So take advantage of this time. If you're here, if you go to remindermedia.com/winbig, you can actually win a free iPod Air and then $1,200 worth of marketing from us. And all you have to do is find our social media channels. We link to them right there on that page. We're at Stay Paid Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Follow those, tag some people in the comments of the contest posts, and then you'll be entered to win free iPad Air and then $1,200 worth of free marketing.
Did it go? Did it go?
We didn't practice this transition. Apparently I stayed.
No, that's awesome. Can you see my screen, Josh?
Yeah, we can, yeah.
Awesome. Hey, well, just like Josh said, super grateful for all of you who are on the webinar and grateful that you gave us a chance, right? You saw the Memorial Day sale that we were doing and you saw American Lifestyle Magazine, or maybe it was Start Healthy, and you said, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about trying that, and you're giving us a try. The goal of this webinar is to show you how you can maximize the impact of using American Lifestyle Magazine. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Luke Acree. I'm the guy smiling at you on the screen right there. Follow us on social. Everybody here on the webinar, follow Josh and I on social because we're constantly releasing tips, tricks, things about our interviews that we're doing on the Stay Paid podcast, you can find me at Luke Acree if you're on Instagram or on Facebook. You can find Josh and I both at Stay Paid Podcast. Our goal, and I want to open up this webinar because we're going to get into a demo, right? We're going to walk you through how to set up your products, what you have access to, all that good stuff. But before we get into the product, I want to make sure I center all of us on what the goal is for why you signed up for ReminderMedia. And here's why it's important. Because you can be an incredible carpenter, right? And you can have an incredible tool. But if you don't have the blueprint of how you should build the house and where you should focus, you're going to build a house with a shaky foundation. And ultimately, what I want you guys to know about Josh and I, we're marketers by trade. Like, we love marketing. But our passion, we've been at this for about 17 years now with ReminderMedia. Our passion really lies in our mission statement right here. So I want you to know, when you've come on board with us, when you made that decision to purchase American Lifestyle Magazine for your marketing, know that everything we do, we have blood, sweat, and tears in creating this magazine. But it's not about a magazine to us. We're going to walk you through some digital stuff today as well. It's not about the tool. What it's about is, how do we empower you to use this tool to ultimately help you close more deals and retain more business. It's so important that as a client, as a partner with us, you understand that we're working literally 24 hours a day, basically, because Josh and I never stop thinking about this, of trying to figure out, how do we help you close more deals? How do we help you retain more business? Our philosophy is really summed up in this right here on the screen that you're seeing. We believe that in order to close more deals, specifically if you're in the real estate business, if you're a financial services business, insurance business, it is about relationships over chasing just anonymous leads. I think one of the biggest pain points we face in the industry as real estate agents specifically is we spend all of our money and all of our time, all of our energy trying to chase these cold leads. We literally go out into the world. Josh and I talk about this all the time. And we go, hey, world, we're here. We're a real estate agent. And we spend all of our focus there. But I guarantee you, especially for my veteran agents who are on the line right now, if you look at where your deals are coming from, I guarantee you the majority of your deals are coming from your sphere of influence, are coming from people that you have a relationship with. But I don't want you to just take Josh and I's word for it. I really want to drive this home, because I believe if you see this, you'll get convicted on it. And when you believe something, guess what happens? You take action in that. And so I want to drive this home with a couple stats for you today. We're not going to bore you with stats, but I want to make sure you know, where is American Lifestyle Magazine? Where can it really help me? Where should I focus sending this to? The first graph I want to show you on the screen, this is pulled out of the Home Buyer and Seller Generational Trends Report. So this is straight out of the National Association of Realtors. They do a bunch of research every year, and they look at all the transactions that happened last year. And when they looked at all the transactions, what they found was 53% of all the buyer transactions and 63% of all the seller transactions, when you source those back to where did those people find their real estate agent, they found it through referral or used the last agent they worked with. Literally sum that up in, they found it from a relationship that they already had. Not only that, which I think is even more important, is let's just not look at the transactions. Let's look at the data of the money. Because all of you signed up for this. Let's be honest. You just didn't sign up for a pretty magazine. You signed up because you want to make more money. That's ultimately what we want to help you do, is make more money. So let's follow the money. This next graph shows you, hey, where does the money, or where are the people who are making money in the real estate industry, where are they getting it from? And what's so crazy here is, if you want to make $150,000 a year in this business, look at this. Almost 60% of your business is coming from referrals. And what's so crazy about this data is, as you walk down, there's a direct correlation from the income you make and the amount of your business that comes from referrals. So what I'm trying to drive home beyond a shadow of a doubt for all of us on this webinar, that if you want to make a bunch of money, if you want to close more deals, if you want to get repeat business, I want to help center you and focus you that you should be using American Lifestyle Magazine and Start Healthy, what you signed up for, to be focused on going after your sphere, going after your core relationships, versus trying to just go after new prospects or people who don't know you. We have strategies, we have strategies and tools to go after strangers. But what I want to focus you on today as we set up your magazine and we walk you through is that where we see a huge return on investment, we worked with 38,000 agents last year, is when agents really focus this in on their core relationships, their past clients, their sphere of influence, the people in their network that they actually have a relationship with. So each of you signed up for the magazine. As you know, it's a 48-page coffee table publication. What I want to make sure that you caught when you were signing up for this is it's not like traditional print, right? So traditional print, you're going to buy an ad in the magazine and you're going to pay a fee to go out to a monthly distribution. This is totally different. This is your magazine. It is literally yours. It's a gift that will come from you to your relationships. You can see right here, and Josh is going to walk you through the customization. I'm going to turn over the demo to him, but it's literally designed so it looks like you put it together. We do all the work. You literally have to do very little. You're going to see that. We'll do it all for you, but it's your magazine. So I'm going to turn it over to Josh right now so he can demo for you guys the setup of the magazine, and then we're going to walk through the return on investment because we track the ROI for using the magazine, and I want to share that with you so you can really have a benchmark of what can I be expecting, what can I go after, how should I set my targets and my goals. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Josh. I'm going to make you the host here real quick, or someone actually did. Fantastic.
Yeah, we got this thing down now at this point. We got our webinar flow. No, this is great. This is we want to just walk you through the interface for your account. So the way to get into that, you would go to account.remindermedia.com. You should have already been delivered your username and password. If you don't have that yet, or you weren't able to log in, no worries. We will get you hooked up with a rep. They will help get you logged in, but you should have that email where you can log in. So if you want to log in and go along with us as we're working through this, that's excellent. The first thing that you'll see here is a dashboard of your account. Some of the things to pay attention to on this page are going to be your deadlines. So we work on deadlines. The magazine goes out every 8 weeks. So you can see that my deadline is tomorrow, May 27th. So I'm 1 day away from my deadline, but then I can also see my future deadlines and I can see sample of that issue. We also have some resources here that we encourage you to check out just because this is nothing to do with our product. This is just sales and marketing advice. We put a lot of free content out and we would love just to connect with you guys more using that content. And then another thing that I'll point out real quick before we get into the mechanics of everything is if you go here, we have a great referral program, right? So if you signed up and this is something that you love and you think works really well for you, you can actually send out a referral link to anyone else who you think might benefit from using this. Great thing about that is the mailing list, your clients are exclusive to you. So it's not like you're sending, don't be afraid to refer someone thinking, oh, now they're going to start sending to my clients. Whoever you mail to, only you can mail to. But if they sign up and they go to print, you'll get 15 free magazines off your next issue, and they'll get 10 free magazines just for signing up. So I wanted to point that out because it's a really great program. We have a lot of people taking advantage of it, and there's no minimum to how many people you can refer, how much referral credit you have. We have some people who are paying nothing for their magazine because of the referrals that they're generating from that. So the first thing we'll get into, if you take nothing else away from this webinar, it's going to be these two things. This absolutely are the two top priority things. The first one is your mailing list, and then the second one is going to be your photo. So on the mailing list, if you have your mailing list in an Excel file or you have it in another CRM, simply export that out. We accept all file types. You can actually send us, we've had people send us pictures of handwritten client lists. Our team will take those, we'll transcribe them, assuming that they can read your handwriting and everything, but we'll transcribe them, actually get them into your list for you. But a simple Excel file is the easiest way to do it. If you're curious of how to export out your instructions from certain programs, we do have a link here that I'll provide in the follow-up email to this webinar. But this actually includes pretty much every CRM that we know of or that we can think of as a way to export out your mailing list. We have Act, Active Campaign, Aweber, Boomtown, Constant Contact, step-by-step instructions for all of these CRMs to export out your mailing list. And then all you'll have to do is filter that down to the top contacts that you want to send the magazine to. Same thing with your photo. If we head into Headshot, this is where you'll upload your photo. I'm going to walk through uploading a photo right now. So I actually have one that we got from a recent photo shoot with Luke and I. So I'll upload this right here. we have color correcting software that will actually automatically make your photo more pleasing for print. So the first thing I'll do is I'll make this my primary photo because that's the one that I want to have print. That will then send me into my photos. It's going to tell me that this photo will now update to this one. So I'll make that one my primary photo. And then I want to actually edit this photo a little bit because I don't want it to be so tall. I want to make it a little bit shorter. So if I come into this photo, click edit, I can actually just drag this around to be the right proportions that I want. So I'm going to make it be a little bit more portrait sized. Save that. And now that'll update my photo.
So we have a question, Josh, coming in. So I'm going to, field the questions that I think are relevant. I think someone's asking, what if you don't have one because you're just starting out? I'm assuming they're saying photo.
Yep.
But type in Q&A if you're asking about your list. Photo-wise, your smartphones, literally from a quality standpoint, are now high enough quality to where you can snap a photo of you up against a wall or you out, have someone snap a photo, send it to us. We have software, like Josh is saying, to clean it, to color correct it, all that good stuff. It looks like they're talking about a list. If you don't have a list and you're a new agent, we'll upload your photo because we're going to want your photo right away, but we'll get you on the phone with your marketing coach and we'll explain the marketing coach to you, but we'll walk you through how to build a list. So we have a module that we take people through that not only talks about your friends and your family and your sphere of influence, but gets you to think outside the box. Like, what's your social routine? Where do you go to the gym? Where do you go to the place of worship? All those things. So we'll get you on the phone with your coach and we'll walk you through that personal coaching module to help you develop that list. It's a great question.
Couple other tips about the photo. If you are taking a photo with your smartphone, make sure that you're using something like the focus mode or the portrait mode on your phone. Those take beautiful images. If you're not using that or you don't have that feature on your phone, that's okay too. Make sure that you're using natural light. So if you're taking the photo indoors, make sure that the light source is coming at you, kind of like these windows on the other side of my screen are facing me. Make sure that you're using the natural light to your advantage. Also, you can, this is a tip that I actually picked up from our marketing manager who was taking photos of Luke and I the other day. Like, take tons of photos. So if someone's sitting there taking photo of you, make sure they have a nice clean background, make sure that you have the natural light coming in at you, but then take a lot of different poses and move slowly through your reactions and your facial expressions. That way you have tons of different options to choose from. And ultimately you want to have something that you're really proud of, that you're really confident with. And then our photo cleaners, our professional photo cleaners, will actually clean up that photo. If you want the background removed and replaced with a different background, we can do that for you as well. So lots of different options there. I don't want that to hold you back. You can also, it's as simple as going to Facebook. Let's say maybe you don't want to take a photo of yourself right now because we're in quarantine and nobody's had a haircut for 8 weeks. Head on over to Facebook, grab your profile photo, make sure that it's large enough resolution. So I can go right here to my Facebook page, open up this photo. It is then going to give me the option to download it. So I can just right click on this photo, download it right to my desktop. And another thing that you can watch out for is make sure you're checking the pixels or the dimensions of the photo. So if you're actually looking at your photo in your Finder or your Explorer on a PC, right click on that, view properties, and just make sure that there's enough resolution there. So what you want to look for is 379 by 379. That's pixels that you would want to aim for when choosing a photo that will be good enough for print. All right, no other questions about photos. So the next thing that we'll do is now we actually want to set up our contact information. So I misclicked there. Like I said, this is our first time, so we're gonna perfect this pretty quickly. But we'll go into profile, we'll get all of our contact information set up. So I have mine in here already, what I want my name to display as, if I have any professional titles. I don't have any team members, but you can put your team members in here. My phone numbers are already in here, and I can add new ones. I can add my email addresses, my actual physical locations, my websites, and then my social media profiles. And we're going to use all of that to then build our contact block for our magazine. So once I finish setting up all of my information, I'll come over to contact block under the American Lifestyle tab. All of this is being recorded. We want to make sure that we get through it fast so that we can get to everything. But if you have any questions, you can always go back and look, and you can also work with your rep to go through the customization with you. So on this page, this is where I'll actually build my contact blocks that will appear in the magazine. So I already have my name selected. I don't have my title selected, so I'll add my title. I'll go into my contact information. I want to make my first one my phone number. My Firefox is not cooperating. There we go. So I'll add my phone number in there. I'll have my second one be my office number, and then I will have my third one be my email address. And then I also want to make sure that I get my websites on there. So it's as simple as selecting what you already entered and set up in your profile. And then I can see a preview of what that will look like in my magazine right here. This is the contact information that will print on your front inside cover, on your front cover, and on the tear out cards of your magazine. One other thing to point out before we move on to the other pieces of the magazine is you'll see my logo is right here. We have thousands of company logos already in the program. If you don't see a logo there, that might mean we might not have yours yet. So you will want to send us your logo. Best way to do that is to contact your marketing team. You can go onto Google and try and download the logo. It's best just to, if you're doing that, you might as well just ask us to do it because we know like which resolutions and which files types to look for. But if you don't see your logo there in your account, that just means that we don't have you set up, your logo set up yet in our system. Just let us know and we'll make sure we'll actually take care of all of that for you.
Yep. And I'll point out there's a chat box down at the right-hand corner on each page that you guys can use to chat your marketing representatives. So if you chat that, it will go to a marketing coach here on our side and they can answer your questions or get on whatever you need.
Nice. And then this would be our recipients page. So this is everyone that's receiving American Lifestyle Magazine. I'm sending it to myself. You can upload a list, like I said, or you can add recipients individually. Very powerful to think about in between mailings. You want to have an active list. You want to be adding people regularly. An active list is an effective list. So what that means is make sure that you're going through your business and looking at who are you having conversations with that you really want to take them from a potential client to a valued client of yours. Your past transactions. The most likely time to receive a referral is within the 12 months after a transaction. So make sure with all of your transactions, you're going in there and adding those to your mailing list as well. And then you also want to keep an eye out from just a list decay standpoint. If you have somebody that you've been sending a magazine to for a long time and you're not really getting anything out, let's say you call them and you try to engage and it's not really working, it's okay to take that person and replace them with someone else. We know that relationship marketing takes time. So I wouldn't say like, that's your first thing to do. But if you're engaging with your client list and finding out what they're thinking of the magazine, then that's something that you might want to be looking at as well in terms of keeping your client list up to date. So adding a name individually is super easy. I'll just add Luke here to my mailing list. Let's see, Luke is the president, ReminderMedia. And you can see on the right-hand side how the address label preview is updating as I type. So I'm going to send this to Luke and Megan. It's going to automatically put in a letter salutation, which appears at the beginning of your letter. So it's going to say, Dear Luke and Megan. It's then going to put in a mailing salutation, which appears on the label. So Luke and Megan Acree. I will add this to my primary recipients group, which is your default group. We can get into groups a little bit later. That's a little bit more detailed, but basically what a group does, it allows you to send a different letter to a different group of people. So let's say you have a group of family and friends that you want to share personal life stuff with. You have a group of new clients that you want to share a thank you letter with. And then you have a group of prospects where the language is more geared around becoming a client. That's where you would use that. Mailing address. And then what we'll show you here is how our system will actually automatically update to the proper mailing address. There's also this notes field that you can use. So this is a super important thing. Make sure that you're keeping track of birthdays, follow-up reminders, the relationship that you have with that client, because sometimes it's if you have a large database, it's easy to kind of forget some of those relationships. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that as well. This is going to tell me that the address has been corrected. So it's just updated to US Postal Standards. The reason why we do this is because then it allows us to make that address exclusive to you. So we format them all in the same format so that we can compare one-to-one and make sure that we don't send the same magazine or two different magazines to the same address. So you can send as corrected. You can choose to send anyway, which means, no, I like the way that I formatted it. Just be aware that that will not reserve exclusivity on that email address because we can't match it to another corrected address. And that's it. That's as simple as adding an address. We do have some statuses here. If you see this red X, that means that somebody else has that name on their list. If that's the case and this is a past client of yours, let us know. We will make the outreach to the other person mailing to that client and let them know, hey, this is another agent's client. They just worked with them in the last 6 months. 99 times out of 100, that agent is okay with releasing that client because they know that that's another agent's client. Send anyway is what we just talked about. This means that we will mail them, but we can't verify the address. Duplicate means that you have the name on your address a couple times, which some people do that intentionally, but if you ever did it by mistake, that's why we would list that. And then if there's an error with the mailing address, this would actually show up. Those do have to be corrected in order to mail. We'll touch on promotional copies real quick. Promotional copies are copies that you can send directly to yourself. So they're personalized from the standpoint of you can change the letter and it's still customized to you, but they're not addressed to anybody. These are great things for welcome kits, right? So or listing presentations, if you're going in and doing listing presentations, you can show off how you can market that person's home. Luke has some great stories about his brother even using those magazines for listing presentations and how big of a difference that made. It's as simple as clicking the order button, choosing your quantity, and then setting the address that you would like those to go to. These are the same price per magazine. So everything says we try and keep it as simple as possible. $3.99 per magazine, whether you're having them mailed, meaning we're mailing them for you, or you're having them shipped directly to you. Then we get into the fun stuff. This is how to customize your magazine, what it's going to look like and how amazing you're going to look on your magazine. So lots of front cover options. We have two goals. Number one, we want to automate everything so you don't have to do anything, but we also want to give you as many options as possible to do whatever you want. So we do a lot of different cover options because we know the value of this marketing is making it relevant to the people that you're sending it to. And so there's a lot of different images. It's your job to kind of go through and say, okay, well, which one would resonate with my clients? You know, would cooking resonate with my clients? Would a dog swimming in a swimming pool resonate with my clients? And I got to tell you, I don't know anyone who that wouldn't resonate with and endear you immediately to with that dog swimming in that swimming pool. Lots of different seasonal options too. So not only do we have covers that match the articles within the magazine, but we have special covers that match the season. And then you have the option of choosing to use your headshot on the front cover or not. We highly recommend that you at least start out using your headshot on the front cover. I think we did a survey, which we'll go into a little bit more detail later about some of those results, but 78% of people were recognizing their client more because they had their cover on the front of their magazine. Front inside cover is where you can see a preview of your contact information and where you can edit your letter. Again, we will always write a new letter for you, or you can go in and make changes to it yourself. So for here, I can see what my contact block and photo will look like within the front inside cover of my magazine. I can choose to leave this welcome letter. Your first letter is always a welcome letter. And then after that, we automatically write a new one for you that relates to the articles in that issue. You can choose to use your default signature. You can write a custom signature, or you can choose to have none. One quick note, if you write the word realtor or any of these other registered trademarks, we will automatically append the registered trademark to that, so you don't need to actually put that in the letter. And then the pieces for the tear out cards, back inside cover, back cover, we will put a new tear out card in each issue, and we always choose two. So one for the front of the magazine, one for the back that relates to the recipes in that article. But you can go in here and browse from hundreds at this point, hundreds of different tear out cards that you can choose from. They're all categorized. The first one that pops up here is our COVID-19 category. So these are just messages of hope. Thank you for essential workers. No Kid Hungry, Red Cross, how to get involved right now from a philanthropic standpoint. But then we have all of these different categories. The new issue is always new content that's coming out in that issue. The cool thing about this is we make all this stuff. So we made these drinks. We took the photo of these drinks, and then we drank these drinks. Don't tell Luke.
That's always the hardest part about creating the content, is eating the food and taste testing it.
Yeah, exactly. Eating everything after we've made it. So a lot of different options here. Again, always think through the lens of what would my clients like? What would be valuable to my clients? These recipe cards, they get saved. We did surveys that say that people save these recipe cards. So everything that we put on a tear out card, our content content team is looking at it from the standpoint of, will somebody remove this from the magazine and save for later, either in a recipe box, hanging up on the fridge, or use it for reference later. So make sure that you're checking out the options that are available there. Back inside cover and back cover, similar in the way that you can select from templates that we've provided. So this is the one that I currently have selected. This is a pre-designed template with my logo on it. We do all of that for you. All you have to do is then go in, choose the one that you like, and make sure that your contact information is correct. You can edit your contact information simply by clicking on customize. I chose to put a picture of me and my daughter here on this one, but I can change this, any of this information. It automatically gets populated with what I've already set up in my profile. And then for the back cover, you can also run custom ads. So if you're using custom branding, or you have a design team that works on custom ads for you, we will accept those and we'll upload them to your account for no charge. This is one that we have as a custom ad example when we celebrated our issue 100. So all of our employees got to send out issue 100 to their friends and family because it was kind of a cool milestone for us. But you can also go in here and look at the different ad templates that are available. So my custom ads appear first. I'm not on a team, so I have these non-team template ads. If I scroll down here, I can look at team template ads. The only difference there is the pronouns are changed. So I's become we's and me's become us's. Lots of different template ads available, both relating to your industry and relating to like referral, business, and thank you messages individually. Last couple of things to point out here. You can see a mailing history of every past issue that you've sent, along with a sample of that issue. You can see your future mailing. So these are your deadlines. Great time to jump in there, get them plugged into your calendar now so that you're reminded. If you don't log in and make any changes, it's okay. The magazine's going to update. We're going to update the cover. We'll update the tear out cards. We're updating the text of the magazine for you each time, but it's also a reminder to go in and just check out your mailing list. Keep your back covers active. Make sure you're swapping those out because different things catch people's eyes. And so this is where you want to test and try new things for the outside, particularly the back outside cover of your magazine. There's some really cool things that our clients have done with the custom ads before. Each issue, we provide exclusive content, new content for that issue. So this will always be available. There's always a video from Luke and I that are going over what's coming up in the next issue, but also specific tips for the time and for what you could be doing to reach out to your clients after you send the issue. But all of this can be found here. It's a great opportunity, again, to keep your magazine fresh and keep it interesting for your clients because they do engage. As a matter of fact, we did a survey. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but we did a survey with GfK, which is like one of the largest market research firms in the world. And we reached out to recipients of the magazine. And we asked them to take a survey through an ad that we ran in the magazine. And we've only ever done this once before, like 3 years ago. And we had some tremendous results, but we wanted to find out how long were they keeping the magazine? What were they actually doing with the magazine? Were they sending business to the person that was sending them the magazine? Because we've heard so many testimonials and anecdotal stories, but we wanted some quantitative data as well. And the results were absolutely incredible. And I think, Luke, let's pass it back over to you. I'm going to check to see if there's any questions that are coming in the meantime.
Yep. And make sure if you guys have questions about the content Josh is walking through, feel free to Q&A those in. There's a Q&A chat box, so we'll get to your questions as well. If you can pass me back the screen, I'll put up the stats on it. I think the stats are really powerful because ultimately what matters is how do I use this to engage my clients to get and strengthen that relationship, to get referrals, get repeat business. I'll show you guys. Josh had mentioned the average shelf life for the magazine is about 4 weeks. So we see that this magazine lives in homes for about 4 weeks on the coffee table, the countertop, the bedside table. Why that's so powerful is if you do in comparison to some of the other things you can send, like an email or a postcard. I think average shelf life of a postcard at the longest is like a couple days. So you get 4 weeks of branding time in the home of your client. Then the average read time of the publication is about 44 minutes. So I always like to give people the example of a sitcom on TV, take like Seinfeld or Friends or something like that, is usually about 18 minutes long. So they're literally spending 2 sitcoms worth of time with you in your brand, a gift sent from you to them over the course of 4 weeks. And all of you understand the power of branding. If you're in front of people, it builds that mind share. And a stat that I share with businesses all the time is a consumer, when they survey consumers, consumers will pick 76% of the time the first business that pops into their mind. So if I said a car dealership right now, like you're going to go buy a car, 76% of the time, the first car dealership that pops into your mind right now as I'm saying it, you'll end up going and buying from that car dealership. What's even crazier than that, the second person that pops into your mind gets a little over 20% of the business. So if you're not first or second in the minds of your clients, you're literally getting none of the business. And so the power of this magazine is really built into the shelf life. And more importantly than just the shelf life, it's built in the what we call the reciprocity. People don't perceive, and I'm going to share my screen right now so you guys can see. They don't perceive this as solicitation. That's what's so beautiful about this thing. They really perceive it as a gift because it's just not all about market data. It's travel, art, food, things your clients will love. They perceive it more as a gift, and it shows in the survey results. 86% of recipients have taken an action that benefits the sender. So 86% of the recipients that receive this on average, of all the people we survey, take an action based upon the magazine that benefits you. 80% of recipients appreciate the sender more. So that plays right into what? It plays right into the mind share. How do I become top of mind? How do I make sure that people appreciate me more than they appreciate Josh? And they think of me more than they think of Josh, so they'll come and use me. 80% of recipients appreciate the sender more that send in the magazine. Here are the two stats that really matter, though, when it comes to ROI. 80% of recipients are more likely to do business with the professional who sends them the magazine. So that's your repeat transactions. And even more powerful than the repeat is the referral. 58% have referred the professional that sends them the magazine in the last 12 months. So out of all the surveying that was done, 58% have referred the professional that sends them the magazine. So if you're planning to send this out to 50 people, and let's say you do this for 12 months, that would be 6 issues. So it goes out every 2 months. You should be looking and seeing that there's on average 29 referrals out there for you. Now, you're not going to close all those referrals. Each of you have a different closing rate for those referrals, right? But you can put in your closing rate, but it's not unrealistic to assume out of 29 referrals, you can get 2 or 3 to the closing table. If you are an agent right now and you're selling a $200,000 home and you get a 3% commission, that's $6,000. If you just sell one home, you're getting $6,000. A whole year of this for 50 people is going to cost you around $1,200. So I hope that gets you excited, because that's why my clients love us here, is because the rate of return, they realize, man, I only literally have to close one deal for this thing to be paid for years and years and years. Here's what I want to encourage you, is that when you think about who am I going to send this to, think about your sphere of influence. If you're new, don't worry. We will help you build the list. You have a sphere, you just don't realize you do. We'll help you build that list. Think through that. We'll even teach you some text messages and some Facebook messages that you can send to your sphere to get their address so you can send them the magazine. So we have little scripts built up to help you do that. What I want to encourage you is that when you switch your mindset to going, hey, I want to focus on the relationship, I want to focus on giving something of value, staying top of mind. It's insanely powerful. I want to share some of these testimonials here to get you excited, because excitement will cause action. And I'm going to tell you the action that I need you to take as you're setting up your magazine. But if you look right here, this is straight off our Facebook. You guys can check out these reviews. But Gina says this: I've been using the magazine for 3 years. I can directly link $30 million in sales from sending this magazine to my closest sphere of influence. You have Amber over here, absolutely amazing. We signed up a few months ago to start sending American Lifestyle Magazine to our real estate clients. And it's hands down the best decision we've made in a long time. Our clients absolutely love getting these magazines from us. After the magazine was delivered, our phones were blown up with calls and texts. You will get people who respond to this magazine different from any other marketing you've sent. And the reason why is it's because it's not solicitation. It's not just hammering going, hey, I got to just list it. Hey, I got to just sold. Hey, here's a market update. All those things are good. You can put testimonials on the back cover for your clients. You could put a listing right on the back cover of the magazine. But the core of this is a gift. And here's how you translate it to business. Get your photo in, get your list in. What I want to coach you to do is the most fundamental thing you have to do in this business to drive success. I want to coach you how to follow up when these magazines hit home. It is the most unbelievable reason to call. Right now, you know you should be reaching out to your clients, reaching out to your sphere, checking in on them, but you don't know how to do it. Like, it's kind of awkward to call Josh out of the blue that you haven't talked to in 3 months. This is a beautiful reason to call. You literally can call someone and say, hey, Josh, wanted to reach out to you. I've been sending you a gift, man, American Lifestyle Magazine. Wanted to see if you got it. If you checked out the blueberry pancake recipe on page 7, we're going to coach you how to make this call. And it's so simple to then turn the call and go, Josh, man, love having you as a client. I value you. I was thinking about my business. I have a lofty goal for my business in 2020. I want to help 25 families find their dream home. And as I thought about the clients that I want to work with, man, you just keep coming into my heart and mind. And I thought, man, if I had a ton of Joshes that I was working with, man, my business would be set. And I was wondering, do you know anybody, maybe not right now, but they need a real estate agent, or maybe they're interested in knowing what their home's worth, or maybe interested in buying a new home. Do you know anybody I could reach out to, maybe send this magazine to introduce myself? We find there's 58% referral rate over 12 months. There's so many referrals out there for you to capitalize on and turn that into ROI for your business. That is what I want to help you do. It is super, super simple to do, and it gives you a perfect reason to follow up with your clients. This is how your clients will respond. We get testimonials from the actual recipients of the magazine that comment on our Facebook posts and stuff. This is Jillian. Jillian is actually one of your clients, meaning she's a recipient of the magazine. This is what she said on one of our Facebook posts. I received these from my realtor. Now, she spelled realtor wrong, but after we purchased our home, she goes, I received these from my realtor after we purchased our home. Although we have a ton of realtor friends, I'll probably have to use her again because I feel like I need to pay her back for all the magazines she sent to my house every month. Just an honest thought. That is what is going to cause the referrals and repeat business. It is literally in the reciprocity. You've done something nice for them, something that's perceived as a gift. You've led with contribution, with giving, not asking. They love it. They feel like they need to give back to you. And when you make these calls or do the follow-up text messages that we teach you to do, you're going to train them to literally refer you. So that is what I want you to focus on doing. After you master this, which is the top, your core clients, your sphere of influence, then I want to teach you, how do you use this at networking events? How do you use this at open houses? You heard Josh mention my brother. So my brother got into the business 3 years ago, and I coached him, and he uses our products, and I taught him how to use this. He did 35 transactions his first year, 78 transactions his second year, 100 transactions his third, which was 2019. He's already done almost 75 transactions this year. He uses this in all his open houses. He uses this in his listing presentations. He customizes it with a listing on the back cover. We can teach you how to do all these things, let alone your social media, your farming, FSBOs and expireds. Like, this is an incredible leave behind for FSBOs, because 80-something%, it's almost like I think 84 or 86% of FSBOs will end up listing with an agent. So it's not if, it's just when, and will you be the agent on their mind? Imagine this sitting on their coffee table when they're going, man, I haven't been able to sell my house. Who are they going to think of? And we have a whole strategy of how you go give value to them, how you leave this behind as a sticky thing in their home so they remember you. So I want to get you excited. I hope you're getting excited that, hey, I just made a great decision for my business. I am so convicted on this stuff. That's why I convinced my own brother 3 years ago to get into it, to make sure beyond a shadow of a doubt that this works. Here's the key. It's the top of the pyramid right here, or the top of the house. However, we should have built this into a pyramid, Josh. But core clients and sphere of influence. This is the top. What do I need you to do to start generating referral and repeat business for this, I need your photo and I need who you want to send it to. And if you don't have a list, let's get you on with the coach right away to start getting that list together. And what I'm begging you to put into your mind right now is get ready to follow up with some of the clients. If you do that, you will knock this out of the park. So many people, though, when they sign up for marketing, they want to be really passive. I don't want you to be passive. I want you to be intentional about why you're doing this, sending it out to clients, and then we're going to follow up with the people who got it, and we're going to use it as a relationship builder, and then use it as a way to ask for referrals and ask for repeat business. And you're going to watch the referrals come in your door because you've started being proactive.
Hey, Luke, while we're on this slide, because this is a good time to answer this question, Diana has chatted in that she's in insurance. So we're talking a lot about real estate. She's saying that I am in insurance. Does this work for me too? So I think
love it. So go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just saying it's a good time to kind of talk about it because we have some real estate specific stuff, because that's kind of where we started, was in real estate, but we've worked with over 140 different industries. So does it work in insurance? 100%. Luke?
Yeah, my own insurance agent uses it. So you guys know, of course, my own insurance agent uses it. Not only that, we actually just did an interview with I think she's the #2 producer within Allstate Insurance. She raves about our program, loves it. We have an interview on our podcast. Her name's Kim Angeli. So she owned her own insurance brokerage. I would encourage you to go check out this interview. She's a raving fan of our product. She actually uses the Start Healthy one. So if you're in financial services and you're on this webinar right now, because we have a ton of financial advisors that use this, or if you're in insurance, you might want to think about our Start Healthy magazine versus American Lifestyle. Same exact setup, same exact concept, same exact price. The content's just more geared towards health, like fitness tips, healthy recipes, stuff like that. Reason why I mention it is because if you do health insurance, it's a great tie-in. If you're a financial advisor and you're big into the health and wealth, hey, I not only want to help you with your financial health, but I want to help you with your actual physical health as well. It's a great touch point. With insurance agents, we want to focus you in. You might have a book of a 7,000 people, right? You might be doing P&C insurance for those 7,000 people, but I want to focus and hone you in on the 20% that actually is going to drive 80% of your revenue, or you have potential to capitalize on more sales avenues with those people. So we, have Allstate Insurance that use us. We have State Farm insurance agents that use us, a bunch of myriad of independent insurance agents. So don't worry, we have strategies for those too. And we'll walk you through that depending on where you're at in your business and what you're thinking. But we have specific strategies for that as well.
Yeah.
All right. So want to get you excited, want to get you guys to get your listing photo in as fast as possible. Because what I don't want to happen is you've signed up for something. It's great. It's going to help you generate ROI. I know it will. And I don't want you to put it on the pile of good ideas. I want to get your photo in. I want to get your list in so you can start sending this, so you can start doing the outreach. I want to incentivize you to do that, to try to make it a no-brainer. Here at ReminderMedia, this is one of our core values, is action. Taking action is one of our core values that we preach amongst our employees. We have about 220 employees here, Josh and I do. And we want to encourage the action takers on this webinar. So anybody who gets in their listing photo by the end of the week, so by Friday at the end of the day, we will throw in a free month of our digital platform as well. And Josh will actually demo this to get you even more excited for what you're going to get on the digital side. But we'll throw in a free month for free that you can start using right away if you get your listing photo in by the end of the week, to try to make it a no-brainer for you guys to do. So Josh, I'm going to give my screen back to you so you can walk everybody through this digital stuff that they will get. So here, let me make you the host. But this will actually allow you to start connecting right away, because the delivery time of the magazine is usually around 4 weeks. So you're 4 weeks out from hitting the mailbox and being able to make those follow-up calls. But I want you to start connecting right away with content. So go ahead and walk them through, Josh, just one piece of social media, because I know we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, so the core of this is we are a content machine. We consistently pump out content, not just for the magazine, but also for our websites, AmericanLifestyleMag.com and StartHealthy.com. And we've always provided those to our clients as a free resource to be able to share. But the number one thing that people were asking us is, I love the content. I love the articles. I love sharing these on social media, but I want the posts to be branded to me. I don't want your links on there and your Google ads or whatever showing up on there. I want me to be on there. So we went ahead and we took our entire library, our content library, thousands of posts on AmericanLifestyleMag.com. Start Healthy is a little bit newer, so hundreds of posts on StartHealthy.com, and we made them branded to you. So just like the magazine and the contact block, you can set up a contact block for your digital posts, and it looks a little bit different because there's going to be some digital elements here, but each one of these things would be clickable on the page. We have a get in touch or a call to action button that you can put on there that will generate leads for anybody that comes there and fills out that form. And so here's what a post would look like. We have a lot of different categories. We actually just created a new one about a week into quarantine. We said, let's pull together every article that we've ever written about home crafts and kids activities. And then we started writing a bunch more about this idea of staying home. So these are recipes where you don't need a ton of ingredients for. These are things to keep the kids entertained while they're not in school right now, or they're doing school at home. Some relevant, timely information about, is now the time to refinance your mortgage, things like that. So what those look like, if you click into one of those, we've stripped off all of our navigation and all of our other links on this page, and we just highlighted your contact information. So by clicking Get in Touch, this is a form that I can fill out. That email will then go directly to me as a lead, so you'll just want to capture that. Another great way to use this is to offer a free item of value. So if you're offering a free first-time home buyer's guide or a free CMA, you can customize that text to request a free CMA, and then you can share these on your social media. You can text these links to your list or to anybody, and they come through as branded posts through the text message. And then you can also email these out to your list as well. So a lot of content. We know that the idea of staying relevant and staying top of mind on social media is also the value and the quality of the content that you're sharing. So the great thing about this is it gives you posts that you don't have to think about. And it also gives content that's going to be relevant to the people within your sphere and within your network.
We
and
have
just one piece of the digital bundle.
Yeah, this is just one piece. There is the social media shares. There's the digital edition of the magazine that you'll get. So you'll be able to send the magazine out digitally. And it might be worth, Josh, just showing them how beautiful that looks. I'm going to answer two questions that have come in from Samantha that I think will be relevant for everybody. She said, just confirming the $3.99 per magazine includes the shipping. That is correct. So the $3.99 includes shipping and delivered to your clients. And all the customization is obviously built into that. So what's really neat about that is literally for less than a Hallmark card, you can send your own personalized magazine to your client. The minimum is only 50 as well. So you don't have to send an outrageous number like 1,000 or 500. It's literally only 50. Second question she asked was, did I hear you say I have to write the first draft of the intro, or your team will help with that? Or they just write the following intros after the first issue? So that's a great question. We will write each letter for you. So we produce a letter each time, so you don't have to worry about it, even on the first one. But you do have the ability and flexibility to get in there and write a letter. So we'll take care of it for you if you're not a writer, if you don't want to do that. A lot of our agents, what they'll do in a lot of our businesses is they'll get in there and they'll just change maybe the first sentence or two. Or they'll put it like, maybe they'll take everybody who has a birthday this month, they'll create a group of all the people who have a birthday, and they'll get in there, and for that specific letter group, they'll go, hey, wishing you a happy birthday, or whatever they want to write. And that would go specifically to the people who, receive that magazine in that group. So what makes that really neat is if my wife Megan and I are a client of yours, and you sold us a home 2 years ago and it's our anniversary, you could write us a personal letter here. And that letter would go specifically to Megan and I. Every other magazine could get the letter that we wrote for you to your clients. So a lot of creative ways you can use it. All right, you got the digital edition pulled up?
Can you hear that? Can you hear that music?
No, I can't.
I didn't know if it was going to be playing it. No, I just wanted to show off the video while you were going over that. So it really is a lot of really fun, interactive content. Again, these are things that we make, so it's exclusive. This isn't something that you can send from anywhere else, and it's a great way to find a particular piece of content that's going to connect with your audience. Again, each one of these are shareable. So from one digital edition, you can share the entire magazine from your interface by going in here and sharing from here, or you can go into the book itself and share an individual article. So I can share this specific recipe to my list, and then tomorrow it's going to link directly to that has all of my branding. It comes through courtesy of me. And then tomorrow I can share one of the other recipes that will connect and pick up maybe a couple other people. So from one digital edition, you can get like, I think something like 15 or 20 different posts that you can share on social media in addition to that post library as well.
Yeah. So Diana is asking, is there a monthly fee for this? So this is the incentive that we want to give you and to encourage you to get your list and photo in by the end of the week. If you get your list and photo in, we'll give you a month of the digital edition, social media shares library, and local events, which we didn't even get into, the local content, for free for the first month. After that, if you love the digital bundle and you go, hey, I want to continue this, it's $59.99 a month. And you can send up to 1,000 people each piece, up to 1,000 people a month, and you can share unlimited on social media. So if it's something you love and you want to, continue, you can do it for $59.99. Or depending on if you just want the digital edition, you could do just the digital edition of the magazine for $39.99 a month. And your marketing coach will walk you through all of this. So they'll walk you through all of this, and it's turn on and turn off, right? So you're not committed to that. You can turn them on and turn them off as you need them. Most of our people love having the digital magazine because they love hitting like their B list or their C list with the digital. And maybe you hit 1,000 people in your C list with the digital, but you take your core clients, your advocates, and you hit them with the print magazine. And then maybe you order a couple extra copies of the promo copies and you use them at your open houses. You put them in high traffic areas. Like imagine having Start Healthy and putting it in all the doctor's offices in your community, just as a way to spread your brand. If you just do that, I would encourage you don't do that because you're not going to get enough return from it. But that tailored with the other strategies that we teach you how to do of hitting your database, it's an omnipresence. It spreads your brand. They're seeing you in the doctor's office. They're seeing you online on your social. They're seeing you through the mail with the magazine. So we'll teach you how to do all that stuff.
No, I love it. Just real quick note about the local content. This started off as a product that would have local events that were hand-picked, hand-curated from experts in 100 different markets across the country. Once local events or once events all got canceled in about March, when the quarantine hit, we adjusted super quick. And I think that this is a testament to the team that you now have on your side. We adjusted very quickly to say, well, there's no more local events. What can we do? We took our branded blog post and we replaced that email piece with basically this content email. And the content email is all focused on content that's relevant right now, like staying at home, but also seasonal content. We're heading into the summer months now, so we've updated some of those posts to be for summer content. These go out every other week automatically to your list. That list can be shared with your digital or it can be separate from your digital. But the great thing there is now you've got 3 touch points with your email marketing with your list each month that you don't have to think about. This is one of those things, like you set up your contact information, you set up your list, you set up your schedule, it's going to go out. The only thing we would say is jump in, look at your analytics, look how your emails are performing, make sure that you're looking at the people that are engaging the most with your emails, and then reach out to those people with a text message or a phone call.
So I know we're at the hour, so I want to be respectful of people's time.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did it within an hour.
This is unusual for us.
Yeah, we're usually, talk too much, Josh and I do. But, really want to encourage you, like, we don't want you to get lost in the digital stuff. It's something we want to give to you to encourage you to get your list and photo in for the magazine that you signed up for the Memorial Day sale, trying to make it just an irresistible no-brainer that why wouldn't I do this? I signed up for it anyways. Let's get your list in. Let's get your photo in. We'll give you the digital bundle for free. Want to get you on the phone with your coach. So each person is going to have a marketing advisor and a team with you that will not only help you customize it and all that good stuff, but more importantly, will teach you how to do the follow-up, teach you how to, what are agents doing? Like, how did my own brother close 100 deals last year? Like, how did that happen? And we have tons of different clients all over the nation that are experiencing this different ways in a ton of different industries. So how do they use it? Why go out there and reinvent the wheel? Let us help you, coach you on where to focus, what to do to help you get the most success. Because again, and this is how we'll close the webinar, is our mission is not to create the prettiest magazine in the world, even though I believe we do have the best magazine in the world. That's not our mission. Our mission is not to create the best social media content, even though I think we do. It's our mission is to empower you to close more deals and retain more business. And so you know that when you're partnering with us as a marketing company, every single person from our programmers to our accountants to our HR people to our salespeople to our marketing coaches, their mission is to empower you to close more deals and retain more business. That's what we wake up every single day to do. So everything we create is through that lens. Everything we coach is through that lens. And we judge our success through that lens. And I hope that encourages you. I hope that excites you to start working with us, because we are very excitable, I guess. We are very energetic people.
We're excitable.
We're very excitable. We're high energy. We're fast paced. We're entrepreneurs. We're people who understand that the key to this business is relationships. And we want to help take the time and energy and money it takes you to invest in your relationships, automate it for you, make it good so you can do the thing that you can only do, which is talk to your people, have conversations with them, ask them for referrals, follow up and learn about what's going on in their life. We want to coach you how to do that. Follow us on social. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick before you wrap up, Luke. Someone's asking about the link. I did repost the link in the Q&A, so I answered that publicly so that you guys can see it. But it is remindermedia.com/welcome-deal. We will have that in our follow-up email as well. But I did post that in the questions just so that you guys can grab that before jumping off.
Love it. Hey, guys, thank you for attending. Diana says, if I take a pic, will you make me look pretty? Laugh out loud. So we do have Photoshop artists, but we don't normally, put hair on people's head or take a little pounds off. But you'll be amazed at the talent of these Photoshop artists. So you'll be amazed. But yeah, send your picture to us. We will clean it up. We have software that does it, but we also have people, Photoshop experts, that get in there and make sure. We don't want you to go out looking unprofessional. We don't want you to go out looking lack of quality, because it's a representation of your brand. So this is high quality to get engagement, to get shelf life, to help you make phone calls. So again, follow us on social. Appreciate you guys signing up. Appreciate you putting your trust in us. I'm looking forward to encouraging you to pick up that phone, go face-to-face, text message, communicate with your clients, and get referral and repeat business. Hope you guys have a great day. Look forward to talking to you soon.